And now at 5, we're getting you ready for a weather impact alert day for tomorrow, the timeline and amounts on our next round of snow.
All right, and we're getting ready for that snow accumulation that's headed this way. How the crews here in Indianapolis are preparing for yet another blast of winter weather.
And this music video led to several arrests after a gas station shooting. The sentence the woman who faced the most serious charge just received.
It's all sorts of fun at Hard Rock Stadium as we get you set and ready for the Orange Bowl between Notre Dame and Penn State. Live from Miami Gardens and Indy, you're watching 13 News.
Tonight at 5, we're helping you get ready for another weather impact alert day as another winter storm is now headed our way.
You see this video here? This is the snow system, and it was falling in Oklahoma City earlier today. It is expected to be worse in Arkansas, where they've already seen some snow fall in Fort Smith. And then by this time tomorrow night, that snow, yep, it's going to be right here falling across central Indiana.
Yeah, and with the extremely low temperatures that we've been experiencing, it's just going to add to the snow that's still on the ground right now on some of the streets in our neighborhoods, as well as some of the driveways and sidewalks that are still piled up. So what can we expect? Sean has the answers. He joins us in the Weather Center tonight. He's tracking the impact the system's going to have here in central Indiana.
Yeah.
Okay. What does our schedule look like?
Yeah, and we don't want folks waking up tomorrow morning with Chuck and Matt during sunrise and saying, hey, where the heck is the snow you're talking about? This will be more of a midday and afternoon and evening deal here. Nonetheless, you can see, and it's hitting Dallas-Fort Worth hard. It's hitting Little Rock hard. That's where the swath of the heaviest snow. Though we may not get into the inch and a half, 2 inch per hour snow rates, we're still going to have impactful snow. Now, this is tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. with Future Track 13. Winter weather advisory for all of central Indiana. And let's show you what we're expecting. Didn't really change too much from yesterday, other than we've added about an inch to our low and high amounts. Still think somewhere from Bloomington, Greensburg, Columbus, and down toward the Ohio River, at least in Indiana, we'll have the highest totals. Maybe a better shot of 4 or 5 inches there, but I think 3 or 4 is probably going to end up being a pretty common number around the metro. Tomorrow morning, as you drop your kids off at the bus stop, it will not be as cold as this morning. The pickup tomorrow will be rather interesting. There could be some early dismissals because our heaviest snow rates are from noon until about 6 p.m. We'll talk about the snow zones again, get you ready for the weekend coming up here in the 7-day forecast.
Sean, thank you so much. And then with the snow on the way, Indy DPW crews will have to start clearing the roads all over again. Yeah,
busy week for them. And that is in case, what if your snow has already been cleared? Some places they have been, some places they haven't. Some plows have not been down on a lot of neighborhood streets around downtown Indianapolis.
Yeah, some people are still feeling it. Our Karen Campbell shares how the city crews are now planning to get even more snow off the roads. Karen?
Indy DPW tells us they're ahead of schedule when it comes to clearing snow from the roadways, but Hoosiers who live in neighborhoods and on side streets like this one would beg to differ. A spokesperson tells us they will be ready to go again in time for this next round of snowfall. But many side and neighborhood streets remain untouched 4 days after the storm. Now, up to 4 more inches of snow are expected to hit our area Friday. We asked Indy DPW, what's the plan?
We've got our primary and secondary thoroughfares cleared. We've got our connector streets in the denser residential areas cleared. And so right now we're taking this potentially 24 hours to help make sure our crews and our equipment are in good shape, ready to go for tomorrow.
Indy DPW says only 57 trucks were clearing roads this week. 13 were sidelined due to mechanical issues. With more snow on the way, drivers are preparing for what could be another slow cleanup. One question that was raised, does Indy DPW have enough resources to not only clear the snow, but also prepare to fix those dreaded potholes that will surely pop up once all this snow clears? I'll have that answer coming up at 6 o'clock. In Indianapolis, Karen Campbell, 13 News.
Thank you, Karen. And then the next 24 hours are going to be crucial for DPW as crews work to ensure their equipment is ready to go for tomorrow's snow.
And to make sure that the drivers get enough rest, as we know that they've been working 12-hour shifts, so they're keeping that in mind.
The Indiana Department of Transportation is getting their yellow trucks ready to clear the interstates and highways too. And their drivers are responsible for numbered state and federal roads like I-65, US 31, State Road 3.
So as this system comes in, we're going to keep you updated on the forecast on air and on our Live Doppler 13 weather app. You can check out the weather blog that our team is updating continuously after you download the app. It's free in your phone's app store.
And this is an interesting story developing tonight. Several people with guns in this music video here, shot at an East Side gas station, now know their sentences for their part in a shooting which happened there the same night.
The video was posted on YouTube and it helped police make an ID of the suspects in the case. Rich Nye has been following this story for nearly a year now.
And he was in the courtroom with his camera today when the woman facing the most serious charge took a plea deal.
22-year-old Trenisa Fennell pleaded guilty to unlawful possession of a firearm by a serious violent felon. There she is in the music video, which was shot last February at the Phillips 66 Crystal Flash gas station at 34th and Shadeland. That same night, police say 5 people were caught on surveillance video firing guns as they left the store. A bystander sitting in a van was shot in the shoulder. Fennell received 1 year in prison, plus 2 years home detention and 1 year probation.
Did you enter into this agreement freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Did anyone force or threaten you to get you to plead guilty here today?
No, sir.
Did anyone make any promises to you that are not contained in the written plea agreement?
No.
Fennell smiled at a handful of family and friends in the gallery.
She is a good person. She's learned from this, and she will do better, and we're here to support her and help her on her journey on becoming and doing better.
In total, 4 adults were charged in this case. Fennell faced the most serious charge, but no one was actually charged for shooting someone. Also in the courtroom was 23-year-old DeJuan Jones. He accepted a plea deal for criminal recklessness and received a sentence of a half-year probation. Jones is the artist featured in the music video titled Keep Shooting.
DeJuan, would you want to tell me anything about today? Or?
No, I'm good.
Were you pleased with the outcome?
Yeah, it was cool, whatever.
Elijah Davis previously took a plea deal for criminal recklessness with a deadly weapon. He received a 4-day jail sentence, plus up to 40 hours of community service work. 1 more case is still pending. Nathaniel Thompson is charged with criminal recklessness and has a court date later this month. At the Marion County Community Justice Campus, Rich Nye, 13 News.
And all the guns seized in that investigation must be destroyed as called for in all the plea deals.
Tonight, an 18-year-old man shot inside the Castleton Square Mall is facing an official charge of intimidation in the case. The Marion County prosecutor just filed the charge against the suspect, Aaron McClure. This happens now 2 weeks after the shooting went down in the mall. And police say this is unusual because the guy facing the charges was not the person who was the shooter. Investigators say that McClure is the one who picked a fight and chased after someone that he wanted to fight with because of an earlier confrontation at the Walmart in Avon. Police say the person being pursued then responded by being the one who fired 3 shots at McClure, claiming self-defense.
Well, a heads up tonight for any families who used PowerSchool to keep up with their kids' grades and attendance at school.
The company recently experienced a cyber attack, and now that is impacting thousands of school corporations all across the country and is putting students' personal information at risk. And now here in Central Indiana, our local schools are getting the word out about possible impact to parents.
So far, we have learned data from Brownsburg Community Schools and Noblesville schools were compromised, and we have also reached out to PowerSchool asking if any other Indiana schools were impacted, but they told us they do not have any regional specifics to share at this time.
If you want to learn more about the breach, the information at risk is as well as how the state of Indiana is responding, you can head to our website right now.
WTHR.com.
Tonight's a big night, a big game for the Notre Dame football team.
And they are just hours away from taking on Penn State in the Orange Bowl. Our Dominic Miranda is in South Florida tonight, where the Fan Fest is going strong ahead of the college football playoff semifinal.
And he joins us live tonight. He's outside Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. We are so jealous, Dom.
It is a picture-perfect day here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The sun is beginning to set, but the party is just starting as we gear up for this Orange Bowl matchup, the CFP semifinal matchup, a shot at the national title on the line between Notre Dame and Penn State. The anticipation is reaching a fever pitch, and I gotta tell you, we have been searching high and low for an Indianapolis resident down here, repping the Irish, and wouldn't you know it, we finally found one. Fun story here, all right? Zach and I went to, this is Zach Schwartz, by the way, he's an Indianapolis resident. We went to high school together. His grandparents had season tickets for Notre Dame games all growing up. This guy took me to probably 10, 15 games. How the turntables here. We're finally here. A chance to go to the national title. Zach, you're representing all of Indianapolis here, all right? How excited are you to be here?
Cannot even put into words how fired up we are. All I can say is Notre Dame by 2 scores minimum.
2 scores minimum, he says. What do you think of Penn State? Fun story here. Also, his wife is a Penn State fan. As you can see, he is wifeless today. Left her at home, said, no, go Irish. How do you think this game's gonna go, though? What do you think? I mean, 2 similar teams, 2 similar vibes, 2 young coaches. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a hard-fought game, but there's a reason that my father-in-law is shaking in his boots right now because he doesn't think Penn State's going to win. So if he doesn't think Penn State's going to win, that's all I need to know. Notre Dame, 2 scores.
All right, so what do you have to say to all the Indianapolis fans? If you're on the fence, this guy's confident.
Absolutely. Indianapolis, we need you to get loud. Notre Dame by 1 million. If you're not cheering for the Irish already, I don't know what you're doing. Get on board. We're going to the national championship. Feels like 88, baby.
Feels like 88. Get on the train or get off the tracks. That's Zach Schwartz. I'm Dominic Miranda. That's Hard Rock Stadium, and we're at the Orange Bowl. We'll send it back to you. We're having all sorts of fun here.
Oh, how fun is that?
Awesome. All right, thanks, Dom, so much.
A brave man being out there with fans and beer and a camera.
That's right. Anything can happen.
Yeah, all right, so the team which wins tonight will take on the winner of tomorrow night's Cotton Bowl in the College Football Playoff National Championship.
That right. Now, in the game that's after this one, it's Ohio State, the Buckeyes, and the Longhorns from Texas facing off. That matchup is at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas.
And crews got to work earlier this week to prepare the stadium ahead of a winter storm. So we're going to take a closer look at all the snow across Texas in about 15 minutes. Sean's going to take us through it.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Dom down there. Sunshine in a cool 64 in Miami.
How would you manage?
I know. Hey, that's the system that's on the way. We've got the timeline, the impacts for you coming up for your Friday.
Thanks, Dom and Sean. And to other news now, Democrats now outlining their agenda downtown at the Indiana Statehouse.
The issues they want to take on this legislative session tonight at 5:30. First at 5, though, it is the worst wildfire they have experienced in LA.
We have the struggle that's underway right now to get the flames contained and also an early assessment of the damage they've already caused. It's next.